Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Arena of Death, the place that we will be crowning the top 5 items in Fortnite that you should always be carrying in your loadout whenever possible in Fortnite Chapter 3, Season 3. So with the intro out of the way, let's start getting to killing some items and crowning some as the top 5 items in-game. Now, first things first here, we are going to be going from the least controversial item all the way to the most controversial. So for the least controversial, we're going to start it off with a simple one, and this is heals. In every single good loadout, you need some sort of healing. You need some way to keep yourself alive in fights. So we've got it down between the Med Mist and the Small Shield Potion. Both of these are amazing options for mid-combat healing, as the Med Mist allows you to use it while you're running around and heals you up to 150 HP, whereas the Mini Shields will heal your shields and give you up to 50 at a time, and being able to carry 6, that will again net you a total of 150 shields. So if you have a max stack of both of these things, they will net you the same amount of healing. It's just that one will give you shields and the other will give you health. And that is why the mini shields are going to win this first category. Having shield is always better in fights because it makes your opponent think that you are at max shields. If they tag you for 33 damage blue and they don't crack your shield, they have no idea how much health you actually have. Whereas if you are only using Med Mist and you're healing up, even if you're at a full 100 HP, if that same person hits you for 33, they're instantly gonna think that you're one shot and they'll start YOLOing towards your box, making the mini shield the best item to have for heals. Let's move on to our next 4 items. Now for this slot, we've got the shotgun, and typically shotguns are the most controversial every single season, but this season we've got it down to 2 options, and these are the striker pump shotgun and the auto shotgun. Now both of these things are incredible weapons. Both of them allow you to make amazing plays in fights and allow you to just really get some really good damage off. But because of the inventory loadout, we are going to include an SMG in this loadout. So that makes the auto shotgun fairly useless. Since SMGs are so strong this season, the auto shotgun isn't as good. If we go to our firing range over here, you guys can see that it does fire way quicker than the striker pump shotgun, but it does much less damage. So the auto shotgun isn't going to be as good if you have an SMG to follow it up with, because the idea of having an SMG is that you do one quick shot and then start spraying with the SMG. And if you're using the striker pump shotgun, that's going to give you a lot more damage than if you only used one shot with the auto shotgun. So for those reasons, the auto shotgun has lost this 1v1, and now 2 of our items out of the 5 have been completed. Moving on to the third inventory slot, we have something that is needed in your loadout, and this is some form of utility. Now, whether this is a mobility item or something like a portafor, as you guys can see right here, there's a lot of different options in game. And of course, I had to throw in the rusty can just as a joke mainly, but did you guys actually know that this does damage to players? I believe it does 20 damage to walls, and it does 1 damage to players. So, I mean, hey, if you're looking for some nice little damage, then honestly, the rusty can might be a good pickup. But in all seriousness, these are our 2 main contenders, the portafor and the shockwave grenade. For those who do not know, the shockwave grenade is an amazing item. It lets you go absolutely flying and get out of bad situations incredibly quickly. But the thing is, so does the portafor, and especially in zero build mode, this item can be amazing to bail you out of bad situations. The issue with it is it can only stack up to 2. In the most recent hotfix that happened to the game, they nerfed the portafor stack size all the way down to 2. So the most you'll ever be able to carry around of these is 2. So that means you could throw down one of these fortresses in a fight and then do it once more, but the second you get to that third fight, you are all out of options. Whereas if you're using the shockwave grenade, you can have up to 6 of these. So you could instantly be running away in so many different fights without ever needing to find more, making these the more reliable option and the better utility choice to put in your inventory. So that puts the shockwave grenade as the winner in this category, making the portafor lose just like all these other items. Now we only have 2 to go to crown the best loadout in Fortnite Chapter 3, Season 3. Now for this spot, this one is a little bit of a joke at this point. The SMG category. Our only two options now that the combat SMG has been vaulted are the charge SMG and the stinger SMG. And for those who don't know, the charge SMG absolutely sucks. Even though you can charge this thing up to do incredible amounts of damage in very short time periods, it's so annoying to have to charge up during fights. You're literally just staring at your opponent while you're doing this. You have to wait for them to peek at you, all while they hear you charging it up, so there's no way they're gonna look at you because they know once they peek, they'll instantly get lasered by this weapon. So it's not a smart choice. Like I mentioned earlier as well, if you use one quick shot from your shotgun, you can instantly follow it up with something like the Stinger SMG, as we can see right here. If we go to our shooting range, you can do that and instantly start spraying with the SMG. Whereas if you have the charge SMG, you take one shot and now you gotta wait for it to charge up, which is incredibly useless in a close encounters fight, which is the majority of the time what you're going to be using the SMGs for. So overall, that gives the Stinger SMG a massive lead over this weapon and puts the charge SMG as the clear loser for the SMG section. Now we're moving on to our last and final item in our loadout, and this is our AR. The AR category is the only one with 3 real options, and all of these are very good in my opinion, each for their own reason. Now, the hammer assault rifle is very good because not only does it do high damage at 33, but its fire rate is also incredible. As you guys can see right here, this thing fires very quickly and can do damage from pretty far away and still hold its ground. Whereas we have something like the Striker Burst Rifle, which only shoots in bursts of 2, but still does the same amount of damage as the hammer assault rifle. The major plus to this weapon is that you can scope down sights, which makes it a lot easier to see people from far away. But in a recent hotfix, this weapon's damage has been nerfed at longer ranges. What that means is if you're fighting anybody really past 40 meters, so about this length, you are going to be doing less damage than you used to be with the Striker Burst Rifle, meaning that even though it has by far the nicest way to aim at longer ranges, it's doing less damage. So we're gonna have to take that into consideration. But for now, let's move on to the Ranger Assault Rifle. Now, this gun is kind of like a hybrid between these two weapons. It's designed purely for long-range combat and gives amazing damage, going all the way up to 37, 4 more than both of these guns. And it has amazing first shot accuracy that will reset very quickly, allowing you to get a lot of shots off in a short amount of time. Now, for the loadout that we're using, we already have a very strong close-range weapon in the Striker Pump Shotgun. We have a very good close and medium-range weapon with the Stinger SMG. The only thing we're looking for now is a long-range weapon, and out of these 3 options, after the nerfs to the Striker Burst Rifle have gone through, the Ranger Assault Rifle is going to be our best long-range weapon to pump out damage to long-range targets, hit those shots when we need to, and get those kills to get those victory royales. So for all of those reasons, this is the best loadout in Fortnite Chapter 3, Season 3. If you guys did enjoy this video or find it helpful, then please consider leaving a like on it and subscribing to the channel, as that would help us out a ton. I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next one.